Good morning, students. I am T. Dube. From today onward, I will be uploading English sets for you. Your English examination is on February 26, day Monday. So counting from today, you are left only with 15 days. And in these remaining days, according to me, you must do as many sets of English as you can. I will be uploading a number of previous year sets. Since they are real examination papers, so you can easily know how good your preparation of English at present is. If you feel that you are not scoring satisfactory marks even today, I would advise you to join me even for a few days. I assure that your marks will go up. You may contact me on these numbers. In today's class, here you can see it is written. In today's class, I am presenting the analysis of the set 2023 set number, English set number 1. So once I am doing the analysis of the question paper, you can very well know where you are scoring better and what area of the question paper is still creating problem for you. You can do more practice on that particular area. So before I begin in detailed discussion of the question paper, let me give you an overall picture of how the paper looks like and what its difficulty level was. So look at the question paper. So this is set number 1. This is the cover page that you can see in front of you. And these are general instructions. So these are general instructions. I will discuss it later on. From here begins the reading section, that is section A. The first passage that you can see in front of you, this one. It has 4 paragraphs, as you can see, and the passage is about avalanches. Here you can see the passage is about avalanches. The second paragraph of this passage is talking about causes of avalanches. I will be discussing all these things in detail just after showing you or giving you the overall picture of what the paper is about. And then the second passage, again the first passage is followed by 10 questions, but it is a slight different from this year's pattern. The questions we will be discussing are not very difficult, but of course there are a number of questions that are based on your competency. The second passage is about increasing traffic congestion. You can see here increasing traffic congestion. Then this entire paragraph is talking about the problems that are created by increasing traffic congestion, how it can be solved. Then what are the causes? Here paragraph number 4 is talking about the causes of traffic congestions and what corrective measures can be taken. The very second paragraph. Then the last paragraph is talking about what corrective measures need to be taken for proper implementation and organized traffic system. Again, like first paragraph, this passage is also like first passage, this passage is also followed by 10 questions, as you can see, but the standard of the questions, the difficulty level of these questions is high. So seeing these questions, you should prepare. So far as grammar section is concerned, I think it is easier. So you can do it easily. In later part, I think both the options of question number 4 are easy. I will be discussing each question in detail just after giving you the overall analysis. Here in data analysis, you are getting this standard question and then this easier one. Then in section C, you can see this extract is taken from the diary of Anne Frank. Then you have 5 questions over here. This extract is taken from Footprints Without Feet. So you can choose either of the two. This extract is taken from How to Tell Wild Animals, and its other option is taken from The Tiger in the Zoo. Then this is taken from Glimpses of India, A Letter to God, then again Glimpses of India, then The Tale of Custer the Dragon, and Sermon in Banaras. So these are the 5 chapters that are covered in short answer type questions. In question number 9, you have the thief's story, you have the making of a scientist, and you have a triumph of surgery. So 3 important chapters. So it shows which chapter is important. And question number 10, Madam Rides the Bus, and again Sermon in Banaras. And question number 11 has been taken from Voli, and this question is based on The Necklace. So this is the overall setting of this question paper. Now let me begin the discussion of this paper in details. First of all, first paragraph, the first passage, then the next, then how you should develop your understanding of each and every section in detail. So let's begin in detail discussion of the question paper. Now look at this page carefully. It is the first page of the question paper that was given to the students last year, that means in 2023. And this is how the first page of your question paper will look like. I would like to draw your attention to a few places that you need to keep in mind. This is serial number of the question paper. This is set number 1, 2023. This middle digit is actually the set number, and this is QP code, that is called question paper code. Here it is written that candidates must write the QP code on the title page of the answer book. In these boxes you have to write the roll number that has been issued to you by CBSE. Now time allowed is 3 hours and maximum marks 80. These are important pieces of information that you must read very carefully so that you may not feel nervous on the day of examination, that is on 26th February, when you will be sitting in the examination hall and would be reading the same pieces of information or some same instructions. So if you keep all these pieces of information in your mind, it will help you remain calm and composed. Now these are general instructions. You must be aware of these general instructions because you must have read these instructions on the question paper that would have been given to you during your mock examination. So your question paper comprises or contains 3 sections. Section A is reading skills. Section B is grammar and creative writing skills, and section C is literature section. Attempt questions based on a specific instructions for each part. Now, so let us begin it from here. Section A, reading skills. Listen to me very carefully. Usually what happens when students have to do passage, they read the passage very fast, and in that process of fast reading, they miss out a lot of important information. As a result of that, they make mistakes. But if you read at slow pace but try to develop your understanding of the passage, then you will not lose even a single mark from this section. I am going to show you how you should read, how you should develop your understanding, and how you should answer the questions that are based on the passage. So these are the 10 questions that are based on the current passage. Let's begin how you should develop your reading skill and understanding of the passage. So the first instruction is to read the passage very, very carefully and understand in the way I am showing you. So you develop your reading skill of the passage with me. Let me read it first and show you how you should do it on your own. Let me read the first paragraph first. If you are like most kids, you may love snow. Not only can it get you out of school, but it's also fun to play with. Who doesn't love to sled and build snowmen? Snow can be dangerous too. You may have heard your parents talk about how difficult it can be to drive in snow. Car accidents aren't the only dangers created by snow. If you ever skiing in the mountains, you will want to be aware of avalanches. An avalanche is a sudden flow of snow down a slope, such as a mountain. The amount of snow in an avalanche will vary based on many things, but it can be such a huge pile that it can bury the bottom of a slope in dozens of feet of snow. So I have completed the reading of this paragraph. It doesn't mean I have understood or you have understood. So how to develop your understanding? Explain this paragraph in your own words and try to understand what the author is trying to say or what is the author trying to convey as a message. So this paragraph is talking about an avalanche. The important topic is avalanche here. This is the actual topic. Right. An avalanche is a sudden flow of snow down a slope, such as a mountain. So this part of this paragraph that I am encircling is actually introducing this piece of writing, which is very interesting because it is talking about you. It is directly connecting with you, means the reader. So it is talking about you. You are a student of a standard 10. So the reader knows that you are a kid, and that is why the passage is beginning. If you are like most kids, you may love snow. Not only can it get you out of school, so because you love snow, so snow will not be available at your school. You will have to go out of your school. Right. So this part of this paragraph is not as much important as this part, because this paragraph is talking about an avalanche. So now because you have understood that the first paragraph is talking about an avalanche and it is giving definition also, let us go to the second paragraph. Look at the second paragraph and let us read it carefully. Avalanches can be caused by many things. Some of them are natural. For example, new snow or rain can cause built up snow to loosen and fall down the side of a mountain. Earthquakes and the movement of animals have also been known to cause avalanches. artificial triggers can also cause avalanches. For example, snowmobiles, skiers, gunshots, and explosives have also been known to cause avalanches. Avalanches usually occur during the winter and spring when snowfall is greatest. As they are dangerous to any living beings in their path, avalanches have destroyed forests, roads, railroads, and even entire towns. So far as this paragraph is concerned, it is talking about causes. Okay, so what are the causes of avalanches? Author is saying these causes of avalanches are many. Number one, new snow or rain. Number two, earthquakes. Number three, movement of animals. And these causes are natural causes of avalanches. Natural causes of avalanches. Now, in the same paragraph, the author says that besides natural causes of avalanches, there are artificial triggers. Here, triggers means causes. So there are artificial causes as well. So what are the artificial causes of avalanches? Writer says that artificial causes of avalanches are snowmobiles 1, skiers 2, gunshots 3, and explosives 4. So there are two different types of causes of avalanches. Natural causes, which include snow or rain, earthquakes, movement of animals, and artificial causes, which include snowmobiles, skiers, gunshots, and explosives. In the latter part of the passage, the author says avalanches usually occur during the winter and spring when snowfall is greatest. As they are dangerous to any living beings in their path, avalanches have destroyed forests, roads, railroads, and even entire towns. So the last part of this paragraph is talking about the destructions caused by avalanches, but if you have to summarize this paragraph, you will be saying that this paragraph is talking about the causes of avalanches, which are put into two groups, natural and artificial. Natural causes are snow, new snow or rain, earthquakes, movement of animals 3, and artificial causes are snowmobiles, skiers, gunshots, and explosives. Now let us move on to third paragraph. Now you do one thing more. So you try to connect the information given in the first paragraph with the information given in the second paragraph. This will help you develop the complete understanding of the passage. Now look at paragraph number 3. Warning signs exist that allow experts to predict and often prevent avalanches from occurring. When over a foot of fresh snow falls, experts know to be on the lookout for avalanches. Explosive can be used in places with massive snow buildups to trigger smaller avalanches that don't pose a danger to persons or property. When deadly avalanches do occur, the moving snow can quickly reach over 80 miles per hour. Skiers caught in such avalanches can be buried under dozens of feet of snow. While it's possible to dig out of such avalanches, not all are able to escape. Now, let us understand what this paragraph is talking about. So this paragraph is talking about, in simple words, what measures can be taken to prevent avalanches from occurring. So what steps, what measures can be taken to prevent avalanches from occurring. And what is that? This is the measure. When over a foot of fresh snow falls, experts know to be on the lookout for avalanches, and this is the step. Means explosives are used in places with massive snow buildups to trigger smaller avalanches that don't pose a danger to persons or property. Let me explain it in simple language. So when snow starts building up and a foot of fresh snow falls, then experts start observing it that an avalanche is going to be a bigger avalanche is going to be developed. So at that place or in those places, explosives are used or can be used to destroy, you can say, those massive buildups, to trigger smaller avalanches that pose a danger to persons or threat. So by using explosive, those smaller collections or pile of avalanches are destroyed so that they could not turn into bigger avalanches. So this is preventive measures, right? So the third paragraph is talking about what steps can be taken to prevent avalanches from occurring, and steps is this. Now connect the first paragraph. An avalanche is a sudden flow of snow down a slope such as a mountain. Then second paragraph is talking about causes of avalanches, and the third paragraph is talking about preventive measures of avalanches. Now let us see what the author says in the fourth paragraph. Let us read it out first. If you get tossed about by an avalanche and find yourself buried under many feet of snow, you might not have a true sense of which way is up and which way is down. Some avalanche victims have tried to dig their way out, only to find that they were upside down and digging themselves farther under the snow rather than to the top. Experts suggest that people caught in an avalanche try to swim to the top of the moving snow to stay close to the surface. Once the avalanche stops, do your best to dig around you to create space for air so you can breathe easier. Then do your best to figure out which way is up and dig in that direction to reach the surface and signal rescuers. So in this paragraph, in paragraph number 4, the author says that if anyone is trapped in an avalanche, then what he or she should do. So this is the suggestion. Experts suggest that people caught in an avalanche should try to swim to the top of the moving snow so that they can stay close to the surface. Once the avalanche stops, they should dig around themselves to create a space for air so that they can breathe easier, and then they can find out which way is out and can come out of an avalanche. So in simple language, if we have to summarize this passage, then we can say that the first paragraph is giving the definition of what an avalanche is. Second is talking about causes of avalanches, which are put into two categories, natural and artificial. And then the third is talking about what preventive measures should be taken. And fourth paragraph is talking about what a person who is entrapped in an avalanche should do. So this is the complete understanding of the passage. I hope you must have understood. Now on the basis of your understanding of this passage, let us answer these questions and see how these questions have been set. Complete the sentence by choosing an appropriate option. avalanche can be caused. So you can easily understand that this question has been set on the second paragraph. So avalanche can be caused by, your answer will be A, new snow or rain, because it is given here. Check. So you do one thing, you write here 1. That writer has set the first question from this point. In this way you will be learning analysis. Second question, you see here, question number 2. Comment on warning signs exist which allow experts to predict avalanches in 2 sentences. In simple words, this question is asking you to write something about the warning signs. So what has the writer used as warning signs? So this warning sign is paragraph number 3 here. Warning signs exist. So you can say, the author says that warning signs exist that allow experts to predict, right? And your answer should be here. When over a foot of fresh snow falls, experts know to be on the lookout for avalanches. And then you have to include this line also. In that case, explosives should be used in places with massive snow buildups to trigger smaller avalanches that don't pose a danger to persons or property. So this is answer to question number 2. So your second question has been set over here. Must mark in pencil. Now let us move to third question. Mention 2 reasons which destroy the natural scenery. So natural scenery will be destroyed by artificial causes. Artificial causes are these: snowmobiles, skiers, gunshots and explosives. So there are 4. You can use any 2 of them. So this is our question number 3. Now let us move to question number 4. Select the option that conveys the opposite of massive. So there is no need to go to the passage here. Massive means large, very huge, colossal. You can use such words. Opposite of this word will be tiny. Tiny means very small. Massive means very large, and tiny means very small. So tiny is opposite to the word massive. The writer will agree with one of the given statements in paragraph number 4. So in paragraph number 4, what has the author told us? That if anyone is entrapped in an avalanche, then he should try to swim to the top. So that part must be given. People caught in the avalanche can try to swim. So this will be your answer. Where is it written? Here it is written. Experts suggest that people caught in an avalanche should try to swim to the top of the moving snow. So this is your question number 5. Please mark it in pencil so that you can do your own analysis. Now question number 6. Select the option that corresponds to the following relation below. So for this is called application based question. So you will have to do this question on your own. Now let us do question number 6. Select the option that corresponds to the following relation below. So first of all, we'll have to read this statement and find out some relation. So this statement has been taken from the given passage. You may not have an idea of which way is up and which way is down. So this statement, I think, is taken from paragraph number 4. Let us go to that. 4th paragraph. So here it is. Somewhere it was, if you get tossed about an avalanche and find yourself buried under many feet of snow, you may not have a true sense of which way is up and which way is down. So this is the statement. This is the statement. So which way is up? Let us see question number 6. So here there is relation between up and down. That means what is happening here? So if a person is entrapped in an avalanche, then that person may not know where to lie in the gathering snow and then from where to come out. So gathering and coming out should be somewhere. The crowd will gather at gate number 1 and disperse from gate number 2 will be your answer. Now let us see B, C, D also. Due to torrential rain, there is a heavy flooding. No, it is talking about logging and flooding. The guest felt uneasy and uncomfortable. This is similar. Uneasy and uncomfortable. It's not. The more effort, the bigger gain. So the statement is not talking about effort and gain. It is talking about getting entrapped and coming out. Hence, the answer will be the proper relation is shown by statement A. Now look at question number 7. The major causes which do not trigger an avalanche. So if you remember, in paragraph number 2, the author has talked about 3 different types of causes. Earthquakes, snowfall and rain. These are natural causes. So earthquake, snowfall and rain. This will be your answer because plastic waste is not given. Where these pieces of information given? Over here. Number 2. So your question number 7 has been set over here. Question number 7. Here it is. Here it is. And there is one more. This movement of animals not included. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Plastic is not given anywhere, so it will not be your answer. So this will be your answer, plastic waste. Now explosive can be used in places. So that is question number 8 is based on paragraph number 3. From here, explosives can be used in places with massive snow buildups to trigger smaller avalanches. So this is where question number 8 has been set. Please mark it in with your pencil. Now question number 9. The word deadly in the paragraph 3 most nearly means. So what is the meaning of the word deadly? The word deadly means likely to cause death. So there is no need to go to the paragraph. You should know some common words and their meanings. Select the most suitable title for the passage. So in order to find out the title of the passage, you do not have to read a particular paragraph. You will have to understand the passage in totality. So if you make a mental picture of all the paragraphs, it is talking about avalanches. So your title will be A. So this is how you should build your understanding of the passage. First of all, you read a paragraph, then try to explain it in your own words, then connect the information given in the first paragraph with the information given in the second paragraph, and in this way go on reading and explaining and developing your understanding. By the time I complete 5th set, you will have developed your understanding of the passage. Now let us begin reading and understanding the second passage. Now let us do the second passage. Look at the first paragraph. Increasing traffic congestion every year is causing increasing air pollution, wasting time and productivity, and diverse respiratory diseases. Moreover, the cost of solving or reducing traffic congestion is enormous. However, neglecting the traffic jam problem would increase the social problems among citizens. So the paragraph is talking about increasing traffic congestions and problems associated with it. So what are the problems or challenges that are created by increasing traffic congestion? Number one, increasing air pollution. Problem number one, wasting time and productivity. Problem number two, and several respiratory diseases. Problem number three. So increasing traffic congestion has a number of adverse impacts. It increases air pollution, it wastes our time and productivity, and it also causes a number of breathing related diseases. So these are. Moreover, the cost of solving or reducing traffic congestion is enormous. Enormous means huge. That means if the government tries to solve this traffic congestion problem, then its cost is huge. However, neglecting the traffic jam problem would increase the social problems among citizens. But it cannot be ignored also, it cannot be neglected either. So the first paragraph is talking about increasing traffic congestion and the problems caused due to it. It cannot be easily solved because it involves enormous cost. Now let us move to the second paragraph. The number of vehicles has increased considerably in the city in the past 5 years. Due to this increase, the city roads witness frequent traffic congestions, but above all, the vehicles emitting pollutants are affecting the environment adversely. Again, the second paragraph is talking about other problems, that the number of vehicles that has increased considerably in the city over the past 5 years, and this increasing number of vehicles are now not only creating the earlier problems, that means air pollution and wasting time and productivity, but it is also causing frequent traffic congestions and affecting our environment adversely in a bad manner, harmful manner. So the first paragraph is talking about increasing traffic congestion and the problems that are caused because of this traffic congestion, and the second paragraph is adding two more problems, that is frequent traffic congestions plus it is affecting the environment adversely. So both the first and the second paragraph are talking about the problems that are caused by increasing traffic congestion. Moving on to the third paragraph. The capital's vehicular pollution saw an addition of more than 5 lakh vehicles last year, registering an increase of over 4% according to the Delhi Economic Survey 2020-21. So this paragraph is talking about that in the year 2020-21, the number of vehicles in Delhi went up by 4%. So this paragraph is talking about increase of vehicles in Delhi. Here capitals is talking about Delhi. So it went up by 4%. Paragraph number 4. In spite of the largest road network through metro and bus services in major cities, the transport system is not being able to keep pace with the growing demand. Consequently, more and more people use their private vehicles, leading to increased congestion on the roads. In spite of these challenges, people in India prefer road travel over air and other means of travel. So in this part of this paragraph number 4, we come to know that so far as Delhi is concerned, it has metro facility, then bus services, yet city sees increase in the number of vehicles, and as a result of that increase, why is it increasing? Reason number 1, more and more people are using their own, that means their private vehicles, and this use of private vehicles is leading to congestion on the roads. In spite of the challenges, so this is talking about why traffic congestion is happening on roads. Let us see the second part of this paragraph. Citizens of Delhi NCR have time and again pondered over the possibilities of how to reduce the traffic congestion in the city. So this paragraph, this part is talking about the ways, the possible or likely steps that could be taken by people to reduce the traffic congestion in the city, especially during the peak hours. So what are the suggestions? Use public transport. The government must increase the facilities of public transport. 3. People should avoid unnecessary collection of vehicles and should use carpool and vehicle sharing. So 5 suggestions have been given to reduce traffic congestion in the city, and these include use of public transport. Government should increase the facilities of public transport. People should avoid unnecessary collection of vehicles, and carpooling and vehicle sharing should be encouraged. Last paragraph. What is required is proper implementation of corrective measures by citizens to get an organized traffic management system. So the last paragraph is talking about proper implementation of corrective measures. So basically this paragraph is talking about increasing traffic congestion on road, especially in capital city of Delhi, and the problems that are caused by increasing traffic congestions. So in first paragraph, three important problems have been included: increasing air pollution, wasting time and productivity, and birth of a number of respiratory diseases. Then in the second paragraph, frequent traffic congestions and affecting environment adversely. Then third paragraph is talking about increase of vehicles in Delhi by a considerable percentage of 4%. Paragraph 4 is talking about why traffic congestion happens and what are the steps that can be taken to reduce traffic congestions on Delhi's roads. And last is talking about solution, that proper implementation of corrective measures should be done so that this traffic problem can be dealt with. Hope you have understood. Now let us see question number 1. In for one reason for the following based on information in paragraph number 1. That means this question is based on the first paragraph. Reducing traffic congestion is not easy. So you have to give reason. If I have to, reset this question or explain this question in simple words, then the question will be, why do you think reducing traffic congestion is not easy? Or explain why reducing traffic congestion is not easy, and you have to find answer from first paragraph. So let's go quickly to the first paragraph. The writer says that the cost of solving or reducing traffic congestion is enormous. So this should be your answer. Your answer should be, it is not easy because the cost of solving traffic problem is huge. So this is answer to question number 1. Now let us move to question number 2. Question number 2 is, select the appropriate option to complete the following sentence. The reasons for increased traffic congestion are. So the second question is asking what are the reasons for increased traffic congestion, and options, 5 options are given here. Your reasons can be 2, 3. Use of private vehicles. Yes, it is given in the passage. Increase in demand for cars. So again it is given. Inability to keep pace with population control. Nowhere in the passage population control has been talked about. Traveling by public transport. No, traveling by public transport will not increase traffic congestion, rather it will reduce, and emission of pollutants is not. So answer options 1 and 2 will be the right options. So 1 and 2 should be given. That means your C should be the right answer. Let us see where these points are given. So use of private vehicles and increase in demand for cars. So if we go, then we see paragraph number 4 here. This is use of private vehicles. This should be keep number 2. This question has been taken from here, and another reason can also be given, right? So this is one measure, and demand shows this increase in demand. So this can also be given. So this is answer to your question. Question number 3. Complete the following analogy. The word analogy means comparison. Correctly with a word or phrase from paragraph number 5. Organized, chaotic, then lowest. Let me explain it. Here clue is also given. Just as organized is an antonym of chaotic, organized and chaotic are opposite in meaning. So you have to find an opposite word from paragraph number 5. So what is the opposite word in paragraph number 5 for the lowest? What is required is proper implementation of corrective measures by citizens to get an organized traffic management system. So there is no word. So no word is given. Okay, so no word is given in this, because lowest, the antonym of lowest will be highest, but we do not find or do not see any highest word. So you can write no word is given in this paragraph. That means if an answer is not given in the specific paragraph, means all the students must have got this mark, because there is no antonym of lowest. What is required is proper implementation of corrective measures by citizens to get an organized traffic management system. So there is no antonym. Now look at question number 4. The vehicles emit pollutants which affect badly. So this is question number 4, and I think it is given in paragraph number 2. So it is here. Due to this increase, the city roads witness frequent traffic congestions, but above all, the vehicles emitting pollutants are affecting the environment. So your answer to question number 4 will be the environment. The environment. Here write down the environment badly. Complete the following sentence. Use of public transport will reduce. So increase of public transport will reduce. Question number 5. Citizens of Delhi NCR have time and again pondered over the possibilities of how to reduce the traffic congestion. So question number 5. Reduce traffic congestion in the city will be your answer. Moving to question number 6. Select the appropriate option which states the methods of reducing traffic congestions. So a number of methods have been suggested for traffic congestions, and these methods are these 5 methods. Method 1, use of public transport. 2, the government must increase the facilities of public transport. 3, people should avoid the unnecessary collection of vehicles. 4, use of carpool. 5, vehicle sharing. Let us see how many of these have been given over here. Start carpooling, correct. Add electric buses, not given. Increase in public modes of transport, correct. Increase car collection points, not given. Increase taxation, not given. That means 1 and 3. 1 and 3, answer D. Now this question, this is very important question. It is asking you to analyze the status of traffic between the years 2019 to 20. So this figure is given and you have to write the analysis. So how can you write the analysis? Let me show you. So you can see this 56% is showing that in the year 2019 traffic congestion was at its peak, which was 56%. Then in the next year, that means in the year 2020, it came down to 44%. From that year onward, that means 2020 onward, again the traffic started increasing and went up to 48%, and the next year also saw the same trend, that means increasing trend in traffic. So this is analysis. You have to use how the data is behaving. So as you can see, 56% is higher percentage, and from there it is coming down to 44. From 44 again it starts going up, it goes to 48%, and then from 48 it goes up to 51%. So after 2020 the traffic shows an increasing trend. So this is your analysis. Moving on to question number 8. Question number 8 is, give the reasons for increase in vehicular congestion. So what is the reasons? Give reasons. What are the reasons for vehicular congestion? So there are several reasons. Reason number 1, people use their private use of. This must be used, point number 1. This is answer to question 8. Important question is use of private vehicles. 1, and demand for cars, demand for vehicles. So 2 points you can use. Now look at question number 9. Fill in the blank by selecting the correct option. There are consequences of increasing vehicular congestion. Paragraph number 2 shows adverse consequences. Adverse consequences means result. Adverse means harmful, bad. So harmful consequences of increasing vehicular congestion. Question number 10. Substitute the underlined word with one word similar in meaning in the following sentence. Citizens of Delhi NCR have time and again pondered over the possibilities of how to reduce traffic congestion. So what is the meaning of the word ponder? And you can see there is no option given over here. So you have to write the meaning from your own. So ponder actually means thought over, thought about, or you can also say considered. Another word that you can use is contemplated. So contemplated, considered, thought about, thought over. These can be words of similar meaning for the word pondered over. Ponder over means you are thinking over or thinking about how to find out something. That is ponder. So this is all about the second passage. Now let us begin the discussion of section B, that is grammar and creative writing skills. Now let us begin the discussion of section B, grammar and creative writing skills. attempt any 10 of the following questions. So there are 12 questions given for grammar, out of which you have to attempt any 10. So let us begin discussion of question number 1. Reena always blank space the truth. Speak, speaks, will speak, speaking. The correct answer to this question will be speaks, because Reena is a singular subject, and if the subject is singular, the verb should be singular. Let's do the question number 2. Select the correct option to fill in the blank for the given line. Bread and butter, my favorite breakfast. Answer will be is, because when two nouns are connected with and but gives single idea, talks about single idea, here single idea is breakfast, therefore the verb should be singular. Moving on to question number 3. Read the conversation between two friends, Ravi and Reena. Complete the sentence by reporting Reena's reply correctly. Ravi: Reena, lend me 100 rupees. Reena: I don't have it right now, but I will arrange it for you. Ravi asked Reena to lend him 100 rupees, to which Reena replied that she did not have it right then, but she would arrange it for him. I repeat, she replied that she did not have it right then, but she would arrange it for him. Let me explain. This given statement is in the simple present tense, so it will change into simple past tense, and here now will change into then. The second clause is in the simple future tense, so it will change into would arrange, and here you will change according to Randeep. It will change according to Randeep, and therefore it should be him. Sorry, not Randeep, Reena. Ravi. So it should be. Now look at question. Select the option that identifies the error and supplies the correction for the following line. I can run fast when I was young. So the second clause, which is a time clause, is talking about the past time, therefore can should be could. Answer will be C. Let's move on to question number 5. Complete the given narrative by filling in the blank with the correct option. Hina from fever since last Sunday. Suffered, will suffer, suffer, has been suffering. The correct answer will be has been suffering, because we use since and for with the present perfect continuous tense. Therefore your answer will be D. Moving on to question number 6. Fill in the blank by using the correct word in the bracket. Anyas eat all the chocolates kept in the tray. Ate, eating, have eaten, eaten. Answer will be ate. Why? Because the sentence is talking about the past time and there is no other option which is correct according to the singular subject Anyas. Eating cannot go, eaten is the past participle, and have eaten is plural, and Anyas is singular. Therefore the correct answer will be 8. Question number 7. Report the dialogue between a mother and a daughter by completing the sentence. Mother: why are you looking so worried? Daughter: my exams are approaching. In response to the question of the mother, the daughter replied that her exams were approaching. Here are will change to were, nothing else will change. This is in the present continuous tense, so present continuous tense changes into past continuous tense. Now identify the error in the given sentence. The ship Titanic and her fate continues to fascinate the imagination of the people. The problem in this sentence is the word continues, because here the ship Titanic and her fate are connected with and are becoming a plural subject. So this subject is plural. So if the subject is plural, verb should also be plural. So continues will become continue. So write here continues and correct it continue. Ritu and Randeep are talking. Report Ritu's question. Ritu: where are you going? So Ritu asked Randeep. Begin from here. Ritu asked Randeep where he was going. where he was going. This is the question sentence of present continuous tense. So it should be changed to past continuous tense. So Ritu asked Randeep where he was going. Now let us move to question number 10. Fill in the blank by choosing the correct option to complete the slogan. Smile and pass it to others. Happy, short, always, humble. The correct answer will be always, because this smile is a verb and it will be modified by an adverb. The only adverb in these four options is always. So always will describe smile, always smile and pass it to others. Correct answer will be C. Question number 11. Select the correct option to complete the narration of the dialogue between Anil and Sanjeev. Anil. Where are you going? Sanjeev. To the airport. Anil. May I drop you? May I drop you there as I am going in that direction? Now let us see the statement. Anil asked Sanjeev where he was going and offered to drop him as he. So as he, it will begin from here, as I am going in that direction. So this is present continuous tense. It will change into the past continuous tense. So as he was going in that direction. So could, would, is, was. Correct answer will be D. Question number 12. Identify the error in the newspaper headline. Attractive packages for different tourist destinations. Mizoram, Kashmir, Kerala, Goa. So what is the wrong word here? The wrong word is the word destination. Why? Because it is talking about more than one destination. It is talking about more than one tourist destination. So different tourist destinations, because different is talking about more than one tourist destination. Hence, wrong word is destination. So write here destination and add S here with destination. So it will be destination, destinations. Now let us move on to the writing section. Now let us do question number 4. And as you can see, this question has two choices, A and B. Whenever you have two choices for any given question, first of all, read both the choices very carefully and attempt the one that is easier for you to do. Because when you are sitting for the board examination, your main aim should be to score the highest marks and not to attempt a difficult question. So let us read out both the options and find out which one is easier to do. So you are pained to see that in your city there is no proper arrangement for cleaning of drains. There are heaps of accumulated garbage and stagnant water. Write a letter to the municipal commissioner of your city complaining about the same, as there is a fear of outbreak of disease. You are Alka or Ashish. Word limit 100 to 120 words. Or the authorities have been claiming that the roads in your town have been relaid and repaired, but no such work done is seen. Write a letter to the editor of a local newspaper expressing your concern at the present situation and giving suggestions to resolve the problem in 100 to 120 words. You are Prabhu or Parvati of Vivek Bihar, Delhi. Now, of the two given choices, you can write either of the two, but for me, the first one is easier. Now, why is it easier to do? Because this is a common topic. This question is talking about sanitation issue. There is no proper arrangement for cleaning of drains. There are heaps of accumulated garbage and stagnant water. So this is a very common topic which is asked or which has been asked in several previous year examinations. So you must be aware of this topic. So you will be able to write it properly. Now, how to write? I have written the answer for this letter. I am showing you. You revise it 2-3 times. Let me take you to the answer. Now, look at this answer first. This part is the sender's address. You know the format. Then this is date. Remember, there is one line gap between the sender's address and date part. Then there is receiver's address. Then you have subject. Then you have salutation. And then you have body of the letter. So, inside the body of the letter, you have to write the points that are given in the question. I have written, you read it carefully, and this complimentary clause, yours sincerely or yours truly. You can write either of the two. So this is how you can score full marks in a letter. Now after I have given you the answer, you try to write your answer in similar manner whenever you are writing answer for the next question paper. Now let me take you to question number 5, that is analytical skill. Now look at question number 5 and let us read both the given options first, 5A and 5B, and understand which one is easier for you to do. Let's read A and B both first. The chart below displays details regarding online activity for 4 age groups in 6 categories. Write an analytical paragraph for the table provided in about 100 words. So here you have been given a table. This is activity table, in which some activities have been shown, like watching news, downloads, buying a product, online games, searching for a product, searching for people. These are teens, these are age groups, teens, people in 20s, people in 30s, and people in 40s. So this is how data has been shown. Now let us see B. A survey was conducted in New Delhi in over 20 schools about the different activities that interest the children in the age group of 13 to 15. Write an analytical paragraph in about 100 words analyzing the following information. And here you have been given a graph, a figure. This is showing number of children 0 to 16, and these are activities: dance, cricket, music, art, theatre. Now if I ask you, of the two choices, which one is easier for you to do, I think your clear and obvious answer will be A. Why? Because the data given in A is a little more complicated in comparison to this graph. So the simpler the graph and simpler the data is, the easier it will be for you to write your answer. Now let me help you understand this given graph, and then I will show you how I have written the answer for full marks. So this data that you can see, given number of children. So according to the question, a survey is conducted in New Delhi in over 20 schools about the different activities that interest the children in the age group of 13 to 15 years. So your starting line will be this. I will show you the answer. Okay, but what you need to do is to learn analysis part. So you see here, out of 60 respondents, around 25 are showing interest in dance. Then cricket is the second most popular, you can say, or most favorite activity. But music, of all the 5 activities, music emerges the most liked or most engaging activity of all. Then art and theatre are by and large also popular among students, because around, you can say, 30 respondents are showing their interest in art, and in theatre and drama somewhere around 35% respondents are showing their interest in theatre. So this is the analysis of data and graph. Now how to organize this data, I am showing you in proper answer. Now this is your answer. Read this paragraph very carefully, and as I told you, the opening line will tell you the survey conducted in New Delhi across 20 schools sheds light on. So such kind of words like sheds light on the varied interests of children aged 13 to 15 years gives a clinching or very interesting start to your answer. So if you manage to write such kind of answer, then your answer will stand out in the group of students and your marks will be highest. So I would advise you to join my classes if it is possible for you, so that you can learn how to write perfect answers for exam. And even if you cannot, then write your answers in the way I am showing you. Now, after we have done the analytical passage, let us move on to the literature section. So before I take you to literature section, look at this question. Wherever you find that this question has been given for visually challenged candidates, please do not write answer to this question, because it is not for you. It is already written that this question is for those students who are visually challenged, who cannot see properly, right? So do not even by mistake write answer to this question. And now let us see our literature section. So first extract based question is, you can see question number 6. Again, as you can see, it has 2 options, 6A and 6B, right? 6A and 6B. I would advise you to apply the same concept, same style of answering. Read both the choices carefully and attempt the one about which you are more confident. So this extract has been taken from the diary of Anne Frank, First Flight, and this extract is taken from Mrs. Hall almost fell down the stairs in hysterics. So 6B has been taken from Footprints Without Feet, because this is talking about Mrs. Hall when the scientist Griffin has gone to that village of Epping. So I would advise to answer question number 6A, because you must have greater command over this chapter in comparison to Footprints Without Feet chapter. Now after we have decided that you will be doing 6A, then read the given extract very carefully and try to understand what it says. So read it before I begin explaining it for you. So let us begin it. Okay. So here we go. Let me put this more clearly. Since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in this world, and I'm not. I have loving parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are almost 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good house. No, on the surface I seem to have everything, except my one true friend. All I think about when I am with my friends is having a good time. I can't bring about myself to talk about anything but ordinary, everyday things. So this is not a very difficult extract for you to understand, and because it is taken from your literature book, so you must have studied this chapter earlier as well. Now let us see the answer. On the surface, it seems that Annie, the 13-year-old girl, so this question has been taken from this line. And answer to this question will be this circle part. So, but you will have to convert it in your own answer. So, on the surface, it appears that Annie, the 13-year-old girl, had everything or seemed to have. Already appears is written, so there is no need to write seem. Had everything. So, it should be had everything. Right? Here, have everything means had everything. Now, look at question number 2. How can we infer that the speaker felt alone in the world? The word infer means how can we decide, how can we arrive at the conclusion that Annie Frank felt alone in the world. So here 4 options are given. You have to choose one. She had a family of many people. She had loving parents. She had 30 friends. She craves for a true friend. So if you read the options carefully, you can easily find the answer. Now, look at this. So obviously your answer will be option D, because here she says that I seem to have everything. No, on the surface, I seem to have everything except my one true friend. So this line means that she craved for a true friend. She wanted to have a true friend in her life. So this will be your answer. Moving on to question number 3. Annie and her friends talked about what? So let us see. All I think about when I am with my friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. So Annie wanted to talk about ordinary everyday things. She wanted to have a friend for talking about ordinary everyday things. So where is that option? Annie and her friends talked about their problematic parents, their financial problems, their common everyday things, or the commuting problems. Answer to this question will be C. Now, let us see question number 4. Complete the analogy. Analogy means comparison. Okay. So complete the analogy between by selecting the suitable word from the text. Alone, friends. So here alone and friends are opposite to each other. Alone means single, friends means in company. Likewise, nothing is given. What will be the opposite of nothing? So answer to this question will be this word, everything. Nothing, everything. Nothing, everything. Everything. So this will be answer to question number 4. Select the option that correctly captures the uses of the idiom bring myself. In simple word, this question is asking you to give you the meaning of this idiom. What do you mean by the idiom bring myself? Here 4 options are given, out of which you have to choose one. Does it mean to do something willingly, to do something unwillingly, to do a charitable act, or an involuntary act? Let me explain the meaning of the word involuntary. Involuntary means unwilling act. So answer, you remember it, bring myself means when you do something out of your will, that means willingly, that is called bring myself. So answer will be A. So what is the meaning of bring myself? Bring myself means to do something willingly, that means you are willing to do something, nobody is forcing you. So answer A will be the right answer. Now I am not attempting this 6B, but you should try it on your own. Okay, pause the video and do it on your own. Moving on to question number 7. Again, as you can see, you have 2 choices. So I would like you to read both the choices carefully and attempt the one that you find easier to do. So though to distinguish beasts of prey a novice might none plus, the crocodiles you always may tell from the hyena thus, hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep they are crocodiles. So this extract has been taken from the poem How to Tell Wild Animals. And what about the next one? Let us see the second one. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. So this extract has been taken from A Tiger in the Zoo. A Tiger in the Zoo. I think both the poems are equally easy, but you can do any one. I would advise you to do the second one, but at present first of all I am explaining the first one and second one also, right? So let me explain the first one, because this is a little more complex. So if I explain this one, you can easily understand the second one. Let us see what questions have been set here. Select the appropriate option to complete the sentence according to the extract. Crocodiles can be identified by their, so see here already written. The crocodiles you always may tell from the hyena thus, hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. That means the crocodiles can be identified by their weeping, or you can say by their tears. So tears or weeping must be some option somewhere. This is your answer, because the crocodiles can be identified by their tears. Now look at option 2. State whether the following statement is true or false. Hyenas are famous for weeping. So here this statement is telling you that hyenas are famous from weeping. But this line says, tell from the hyena thus, hyenas come with merry smiles. So the line in the poem is telling you that hyenas are famous for their smiles. And this statement tells you that hyenas are famous for weeping. So is it true or false? Obviously it is false. Now moving on to question number 3. The word novice in line 2 means the same as learner, beast, tenderfoot, beginner. answer to this question will be beginner. Novice means beginner, one who begins something, some activity or is new to something. Now look at question number 4. In this extract, the poet has presented two different behavioral traits of animals. Two different behavioral traits of animals. Traits means characteristics, behavior. So what are these two behavioral traits of the animals? So your answer should be the two behavioral traits that have been presented by the poet are number one is what? Smiles, that is associated with hyenas, and weeping, that is associated with crocodiles. So smiles and weeping will be your answer. Now moving on to question number 5. The poet uses a novice might nonplus. Instead of the novice might get confused. How does this uses impact the poem? So here in this given line, in place of using the word confused, the poet has used a novice might nonplus. So here nonplus and novice have been paired with each other. Now the question is, why has the poet used the word nonplus? The question is asking this. So how does the uses impact the poem? It adds an incorrect option, it is associated with beasts, it rhymes and adds humor, or it simplifies the meaning. So what should be your answer? So your answer should be it rhymes, novice and nonplus, and adds humor. So here when you see nonplus and thus are rhyming with each other, so it is rhyming with thus and it adds humor. The poet says that if you are a beginner, you may get confused about identifying animals. So it is adding laughter or humor, though you are not laughing at my explanation, but this uses of nonplus is adding, it is rhyming with thus, and it is adding humor, or you can say laughter. So these are your answers. This extract is your assignment. You pause the video, do it, and you can say to your answer if you want. Now let me take you to short answer type questions. Now let us begin discussion of question number 8. Attempt any 4 out of the 5 questions given below in 40 to 50 words each. So here you have been given 5 questions, A to E, out of which you have to answer any 4. Again, I would advise you to do the same thing. You tick those 4 questions for which you are well prepared or well ready. For example, let us see question number A, what it is. What did Pranjal and Rajbir do during the journey? Why? So this question has been taken from Glimpses of India, T from Assam. So it's easy, no problem, we can do. Let me take you to that part of the story from where you should use the point. For this question, you should take points from this part. Right, because the question is asking what Pranjal and Rajbir did. So Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again, and Rajbir too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener or looking at the beautiful scenery. Then next, and then also you can use this part. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, did not share Rajvir's excitement. So these will be your answer, the highlighted part. Now let us move on to the next question. Look at question number B. Who read the letter sent by Lencho? What did he do then? I think even before I begin discussion of this question, you must be knowing the answer to this question. This question has been taken from a letter to God, and I am taking you to that part of the chapter so that you can take out the points which are required. So this is the answer to your question. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, read the letter, and then you can use this point. So in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, he came up with an idea, answer the letter. That means he decided to reply the letter. So these are the points that you should include in answering this question. Now let me take you to the next question. Now look at question number 6. Where is Coorg located? Write any 2 characteristics of the people of Coorg. So again, this is a very easy question because it is asking about location of Coorg. You know that this question has been taken from Glimpses of India. So let me take you to the relevant paragraph which you should use in answering this question. So for answering this question, location of Coorg, you can read this paragraph. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. In simple words, you can write Coorg is located midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore. Till this point. Now the second part of the question, 2 characteristics about the people of Coorg. So this is characteristic number 1. They are fiercely independent and they are brave. They are brave. These people married amongst the locals and their culture is apparent in their martial traditions, which are not required. You can simply write brave, right? So here you can have Coorgi homes have a tradition of hospitality, so you can use this quality also. They welcome guests and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor. In other words, you can say they are brave, they are courageous, they are gallant. So these are the 2 characteristics that you can use. They are expert at martial arts. So here martial arts have martial traditions, right? So these are also the characteristics. Now let us move to the next question. Now I am leaving out question number D and taking you to question number E. What does the Buddha say about the world? This question has been taken from the chapter The Sermon at Benares. Let me take you that part. Look at this part of this paragraph. The world is afflicted with death and decay. Therefore, the wise do not grieve, knowing the terms of the world. Then the other part that you can include in answer is this part. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain peace of mind. He who has overcome all sorrow will become free from sorrow and be blessed. So these two highlighted parts can be used in answer to the question that we just discussed. Now let us discuss next series of questions. Now let us discuss answer to the questions given under question number 9. Attempt any 2 out of the 3 questions given below in 40 to 50 words each. Why does Anil not hand over Hari Singh to the police? So this is a very simple question taken from the thief's story. So without taking you to the chapter, I am reading out, or rather explaining the points. You just listen to them. So this statement takes place, this situation is described towards the end of the story, where Hari Singh thinks that Anil has caught his theft, but Anil does not hand him over to the police. Now the question is why? Point number 1, because Anil was a kind man, a kind-hearted man. He wanted to give Hari Singh a second chance because he knew that this will fill Hari Singh's heart with faith in goodness. That means if Hari Singh was given another chance, it will fill his heart with goodness. Otherwise, if he was handed over to the police, he would have become a hardened criminal. So in place of, instead of becoming a reformed citizen, he would end up becoming a hardened criminal. So these are the points that you can use in answering this question. Now let us discuss question number B. What opinion did Mr. Veherar, Everett's social science teacher, have about him? So this question has been taken from The Making of a Scientist, and I am taking you to that particular paragraph that you should use in answering this question. Now look at this part of the story which you should include in answering this particular question. So this is Richard Wood, this is Veherar's statement. Mr. Veherar was the perfect person for me. This statement has been made by Everett. He opened my mind to new ideas, Everett said. Now what is Veherar's statement? Richard would always give that extra effort, Mr. Veherar said. What pleased me was that here was this person, now you begin your answer from here, who put in 3 or 4 hours at night doing debate research besides doing all his research with butterflies and his other interests. You can also include this point. Richard was competitive, but not in a bad sense, he explained. Richard wasn't interested in winning for winning's sake or winning to get a prize. Rather, he was winning because he wanted to do the best job he could for the right reasons. He wants to be the best. So this is what Veherar said about Richard Everett. Now let us move on to the next question. Now for this question, you can go to the first chapter of your Footprints Without Feet, that is A Triumph of Surgery. Okay, now let us move on to long answer type questions, question number 10 and 11. Now look at question number 10. A. Here you have to answer only one question. Whenever we want to achieve something, difficulties always come in our way. What did Valley have to do to go and ride in a bus? And B is, through the story of Kisa Gautami, what did the Buddha try to preach to the common man? I think both the questions are easy to do. I am taking you to this particular chapter so that I can show you which points you should include in answering this question. And you can do this one also because these questions have already been asked, and if these questions have been asked, it means they are important from examination point of view. So let me take you to the story. Madam rides the bus. So you can include this point. Over many days and months, Valley listened carefully to conversations between her neighbors and people who regularly use the bus. She also asked a few discreet questions here and there. The next point that you can take is from next paragraph. Other points are to be taken from these two paragraphs because they are showing the difficulties that Valley had to face in making her first bus ride. Her first journey, what careful, painstaking, elaborate plans she had to make for it. She had thriftily saved whatever. So these are the points from where you should include the relevant phrases in your answer till here. Now let us move on to the next question. So let us discuss the questions given under 11. Answer any one of the following questions in 100 to 120 words. Education is always a great asset in the life of a woman. How did Voli, an educated girl, face the challenge posed by Vishwambar's greed? So this question is based on the chapter Voli from your book Footprints Without Feet. So let me take you to the relevant part of the story from where you can read and collect the points. For answering this question, you begin reading from here. Ramlal went and placed his turban, his honor, at Vishwambar's feet. Do not humiliate me so. Take 2,000 rupees. So here Vishwambar is demanding 5,000 rupees in dowry, but Voli's father is ready to give 2,000. So you begin reading from here, but the main question is, how did she face this greed? So you start reading from here, and the main answer should be taken from this part. You include these also, and these are the points that should be read and included till here. Means you don't have to copy everything. You have to pick up important points from this part of the story till here, because it is a long answer type question. So you must read a little more and collect important point so that you can use keywords, you can use sufficient material in answer to the question. Right. So this is all about this set.